Leaders have been discussing critical issues surrounding the Sustainable Development Goals at the 2019 edition of the Goalkeepers event organized by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in Manhattan, New York. Global inequality is the theme for this year's event. Through the journey towards achieving Sustainable Development Goals before 2030 has been a very challenging one. Some countries and individuals have made progress. The Prime Minister of New Zealand opens the session discussing the progress already made in her country, while the Spanish Prime Minister, there's need to transform our world so that no one is left behind. Some individuals have also keyed into the achievement of the global goals in areas of agriculture, health and technology. In Nigeria, over 2 million children suffer from severe acute malnutrition. The chairman of Aliko Dangote Foundation is therefore determined to bridge that gap.
Properly handed 300 taters have remarked upon and widely commended.
Utilizing the greenhouse technology in farming is one way of achieving food security and creating more jobs in the country. The managing director of Wells Hosa Greenhouse Farms Limited had a chance to highlight this point and display the huge possibilities technology brings to farming when he took the United States Consul General on a tour of the facility in Benin City, the Edo State capital.
Wells Hosa Greenhouse Farms, a 26.5-hectare facility on Kilometer 2 Benin City Bypass in the Edo State capital, is one of the pioneers in greenhouse technology and farming in Nigeria. It began production in September 2018, about a year ago. Now, the company plays host to the United States Consul General Claire Pierangelo and members of a team from the U.S. Commercial Service and U.S. Trade and Development Agency.
We've had beef tomatoes, we've had cherry tomatoes, we have bell peppers, the green, red, and yellow.
The group begins its tour of the facility with a visit to the nursery. The purely Nigerian investment farm utilizes hydroponics, a technology allowing the planting of crops without the use of soil. There are 14 greenhouses built in the first phase. Each occupies 5,400 square meters. Tomato is one of the major crops here. There's also a variety of peppers. The farm operates a sophisticated and computerized irrigation system.
They have to calculate to make sure that what the plant needs is what it gets.
The United States Consul General finds the company's vision and efforts impressive.
Really excited about his vision for not just his company here, but his company across Nigeria and what is possible in Nigeria to increase food production using technology, using education, and spreading it throughout the country to increase your food security, but also to feed into your industry. So this is a really important vision that they have here, and we're really glad to be able to hear it today and to share in this progress.
The managing director of Wells Hosa Greenhouse Farms, Bright Okumbo, touches on the company's plans.
Also, most importantly, not just this greenhouse that has been visited today, but to see how we can expand this greenhouse spread all over the country. That is the goal, that is the mission that we're looking to achieve, because food security is very important, and we have to achieve that, being able to use technology and precise agriculture to provide food extensively for Nigerians and for our citizens.
The farm also prides itself on its commitment to driving better quality and prices in agriculture products, even as it creates job opportunities for the rural community.
Road traffic accidents remain a global concern as government and other relevant agencies continue to record high toll of injuries, deaths and social incapacitations annually. Besides strong leadership and advocacy, achieving road safety also requires continuous capacity building. That's the essence of the 2019 High Visibility Enforcement Training organized by Guinness Nigeria for road safety and law enforcement officers in Lagos State. The workshop is meant to strengthen their capacities to run enforcement operations with a view to reducing alcohol-related road traffic crashes.
According to the World Health Organization Global Status Report on Road Safety for 2018, over 1.3 million people are killed annually from road crashes. This figure makes road accidents one of the leading causes of death around the world, with majority associated with drunk driving. The High Visibility Enforcement Training Workshop is part of efforts by Guinness Nigeria to implement strategies that would reduce the risk factors of road traffic fatalities.
For most people, drinking responsibly is common sense. They know that balance is important and that drinking too much of any kind of alcohol can lead to serious problems. This is why we work with governments and other partners to target specific issues such as drink driving.
The workshop is facilitated by the United Nations Institute for Training and Research.
This workshop and other long-term initiatives we plan to implement hand in hand with the Federal Safety Corps and private sector partners aim to contribute to advance Performance Target 9 that calls to halve the number of road traffic injuries and fatalities related to drivers using alcohol by 2030.
As the lead agency of road safety in Nigeria, the Federal Road Safety Corps is delighted at the collaboration directed towards achieving Nigeria's vision for road safety, where road crashes will result in no death.
I must admit that this year has not been so pleasant. The fatalities have gone up, the crashes have gone up. The decade of action is not talking about crashes. You can have 100 crashes, but the issue is let there be zero death. And this kind of capacity building really go a long way to entrench interagency cooperation to get the right things done.
Highlight of the opening ceremony is a presentation of breathalyzers donated by Guinness to enhance FRSC's field work. The two-day workshop covers lectures and technical sessions on high visibility enforcement and purpose, demonstrations on the use of devices for breath alcohol testing, as well as basic structure for checkpoints, among others.
Is it blown too much?
You're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, reaching you live from Lagos. Let's now move over to business news with Kayode Okikiolu.
Thank you, Gimba, and you're welcome to Business News. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo says the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement will transform the Nigerian economy and create jobs for millions of people. Professor Osinbajo, who was represented by the Secretary to the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, said this at the opening session of the 2019 Annual Conference of the Institute of Directors, Nigeria. And Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano has presented a draft budget of 137.1 billion naira for the 2020 fiscal year to the State House of Assembly. The spending plan represents a 20 billion naira reduction from the 2019 budget of the state, put at 157.1 billion naira. The proposed capital expenditure is 78.3 billion naira and 58.79 billion naira goes to recurrent expenditure, with major spending targeted towards areas of education, health, agriculture, youth empowerment, and support to MSMEs.
We have made great efforts to grow the economy of Anambra State, curb insecurity, and preserve our reputation as Nigeria's safest state. Consequently, we have grown our GDP from 3.8 trillion in 2016 to 4 trillion naira in 2017 at the rate of 5.73%, and it is expected to hit 4.2 trillion naira in 2018 GDP report, based on the preliminary figures from the State Bureau of Statistics. We have retained our position as the fourth largest economy in Nigeria. Our target is to leapfrog to number one.
Well, let's head over to the NSE, where the stock market ended today's trading session with a sharp 1.09% rebound as investors renew bargain hunting for low-priced, high-value equities, and that's after 3 consecutive day downturn. Edidi Ongewang has details of today's activities.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. Nigerian stocks followed the global equity markets rebound on Thursday as the all-share index finished in the green territory by 1.09%, adding 144 billion naira to the total market value. Now, Thursday's trading session saw massive gains from oil and gas and consumer goods as those counters added 5.70 and 4.85% each, thanks to a 10% increase in the share price of Nestle, Seplat and Total. On the activity side, total volume and value were significantly lower compared with Wednesday's session as 183.46 million shares worth 2.9 billion naira changed hands in 2,576 deals. Market breadth measured by gainers and losers showed 16 stocks advance, led by food giant Nestle, against 7 losers, with Forte Oil taking the heaviest beating, down 6.78%. Axis Bank was the most traded stock by volume with 67.31 million shares traded, while GT Bank was the highest in terms of value of 651.69 million naira. Tomorrow, the market hits the final home run for the week. I am Edidiong Iwang, and this has been your Stock Market Report.
For watching Business News Tonight, I am Kayode Okikelu.